Hello and welcome to episode 18 of Two Bros in a Pod. I am your host, Brennan Olin, alongside my co-host and stepbrother, Wyatt Olson. Wyatt, how you doing?
Outstanding. It's, the greatest time of the year for some. And, the holiday season. Winter is here, pretty much officially. So, yeah, it's good. It's great. It's good.
Your enthusiasm for winter is exhausting. I don't know how you people do it.
That's not bad. It could be
rare.
worse.
Well, you're not a very rare breed. I feel like a lot of people really like winter, really like Christmas time.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never really cared for it. But
I'll
down
just
in Florida,
say for the
better.
record, it is. Down in the South in general, it's better.
Yeah.
But I will say, like, the one thing I don't like about the winter, it's not really the snow. It's like just the cold wind to the face.
Yeah.
But that's what I just don't like the wind. If there was no wind, we're good.
That's exactly what everybody says up north, and it's so true because, like,
it is
every time you go outside, you'd be like, "Oh, it'd be a great day if it wasn't so windy." But it's always windy.
Yes,
always windy.
Always.
It's always cold.
Yes.
It just reminds me of college. Walking to class, it was the worst. And
oh yeah,
I just remember trucking it like you're just bundled up in your coat, you got your backpack, your shoulders are shrugged up, you're just trucking it to class.
Yep,
the worst. And you just every single day you're like, it wouldn't even be that bad if it wasn't so windy. But it's always windy.
Always. It never goes away. No. I feel like there was one day in my life where there was no wind, and it was like the greatest day ever.
Seriously, it does. It feels incredible when it's like it can be cold, but it's nice and sunny outside. Mm-hmm. And as long as it's not windy, it's fine. Like, it's bearable. But as soon as you get the wind, terrible.
Yeah, there was one time where I can't remember when it was, but I feel like it was during college. I was shoveling for a good few hours back home, like shoveling snow, and like I looked at my phone and it was like, it was like 10 degrees or something like that. But like didn't feel like it at all because there was no wind and it was sunny out. Like, it was perfect.
I have a lot of nights like that I remember. It's always at nighttime. It seems like the wind calms down. Like those winter nights, I remember coming home from school or whatever it was, and I'd go out and like shovel the driveway or something after it snowed. And when it's nice and calm at nighttime, winter's not that bad. Like, you get a nice little workout in, shoveling snow. But yeah, it's the wind. The wind just ruins it. It's the worst.
Yes.
But yeah, now being down south, it's very different. Like, it's December 16th, which, by the way, it's a Saturday night. Did you ever think that we'd be sitting here recording a podcast on a Saturday night? Like,
I feel like we have before. I feel like we have already.
Probably, but it's just wild. Like, if you would have thought back a few years back and asked us, what are you going to be doing after you're out of school and it's a Saturday night? Be sitting inside recording a podcast.
Oh yeah. I would have never guessed 5 years ago.
Yeah,
where I was at, just in general, like would not have guessed whatsoever.
Yeah, but yeah, what I was saying about December 16th, like, down south, it's just completely different. At least here, it has been a little bit colder, and by cold, I mean like it gets down into the 50s at night. There's been a couple days where it's been in the 50s during the day too. Yeah, that's like, oh man, I have to break out the sweatshirt, but I love it. It's great. You finally get a chance to actually wear sweatpants. But yeah, other than that, it's been beautiful weather, so it just doesn't feel like Christmas at all. And that's a little different. But one thing I have noticed living down here, I feel like people go hard on putting up the Christmas lights and Christmas decorations. I think it's like, it's nice outside so they can put stuff up and not have to worry about being cold and freezing their ass off. But then, like, also, because it's not cold and there's no no real winter weather, no snow, they have to do something to make it feel like Christmas. So they go hard down here.
They do. And I just heard about a couple weeks ago, actually, we were talking about it at work in the office. There is a difference between just a regular tree, just regular Christmas tree, and a fancy Christmas tree. So if you look up like Southern style Christmas trees on Google or whatever, they are just blown away on the decorations and ornaments and crazy stuff and whatnot. It's very interesting. Just found out what a fancy tree is in the South.
Yeah, I guess I'm gonna have to look this up.
Go check it out.
Yeah, I haven't heard of this. But
yeah,
being in Orlando, I mean, Disney goes all out for Christmas. So they have like all of the parks, all the Disney places, they have the huge Christmas trees like straight out of the Grinch Who Stole Christmas, you know, the huge ginormous trees with all the huge ornaments. So they definitely do go hard.
Yes. Yeah,
I did let Julia put up some Christmas decorations in the house or in the apartment.
How many?
Honestly, she got them out, but she hasn't really put much up. Her and our roommate did put up the Christmas tree in the living room, so we got that out. The rest of it's just kind of sitting on our dresser right now. But she better get on that because we got like a couple weeks left.
We did an ornament exchange at work this week, and I ended up getting a bulldog ornament, but my ornament that I found to exchange, I found at Walmart, and it was a Ted Lasso one. So I ended up buying one for myself as well too. So now I have two ornaments on the tree. It's not totally naked to some people that say that my tree is naked, which it is not, because it has fake snow on it. It's got pine cones and it's got holly, and now it has two ornaments. So screw you guys.
Yeah, my stepdad Charlie, he always brings out his Charlie Brown Christmas tree, and it's just the thing with the one little twig.
Yeah,
that's my type of Christmas tree
with the one ornament.
One ornament. Yep. Good stuff.
That's the best.
But yeah, I guess we should probably save some of this for next week, because next week is going to be the Christmas episode.
The Christmas special.
Yeah. What are we going to do? What, top 5 Christmas movies?
And probably top 5 Christmas specials too. I'm just thinking about it now.
The only one
episode Christmas specials.
Yeah, okay. The only special I keep thinking of when you say that is the pandemic special from South Park. That's probably not a good one.
Office has a bunch of holiday episodes.
They do, yeah.
Ted Lasso's got one. It's really good.
It's a good idea. Did you see the Hannah Waddingham has like a Christmas special thing on Apple TV? Yeah,
I did. Yes, I watched a little bit of it and then got sidetracked with something else. But I'm gonna watch it when I get home.
Yeah, I think I saw some of it online, like on Twitter. There was a couple scenes where Jason Sudeikis is there and Beard is there. So yeah, that's cool. I like that they are all in it for that. And she's a good singer.
Some from Game of Thrones too.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Nice. Yeah.
Yes, she is a fantastic singer.
Yeah, I agree. Well, we'll leave it there for the Christmas stuff. So let's see. Other than that, what have you been up to the last week? Anything special? Anything fun?
We did with the ornament exchange too. We did a little white elephant gift exchange. That was pretty fun. I ended up giving away a pound of the Reese's peanut butter cups, but that's okay. Ooh. I got a little basketball shot glass thing. It's pretty neat. It's on like a wood board, and it's got a little basketball on a string, and you got to bounce it into the shot glass. Pretty interesting. Haven't used it much, but yeah.
I was Man, I want to save this for Christmas episode, but I mean, we're talking about it now. Might as well.
I know.
Do you like white elephant, or what's the other name for whatever? Secret Santa. I guess
Secret
those
Santa,
two are
yeah.
different. So what I'm thinking of is white elephant, where you you can steal each other's gifts and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm
a fan.
I'm a fan, but you can either get really lucky or really unlucky.
Yeah.
It depends on like if you set like a money limit for your gift. That's always a good thing, because otherwise there's going to be like one really nice gift, like the Office episode where he's got the iPod. Like one person gets stuck with the stupid oven mitt, and one person gets the iPad or iPod.
Yeah, they call it Yankee Swap. That's what they call it in the show.
Yeah. So I have Michael's frustration with that game a lot of times. Like I remember a couple Christmases ago, I can't remember what we bought, but I thought it was a really cool gift. And the one that we ended up getting was like a freaking vegetable slicer or something like that. Like we'd never touched it. It never came out of the box.
Yeah.
I was like, God, this kind of blows.
Yeah. Yes, definitely have to do a limit. We did a $20 limit. And to be honest, it was a pretty good spread of white elephant gifts. I don't think anyone really got like screwed over bad. I think they were all pretty on the same plane. So it was I don't even think anyone swapped. So that was very interesting.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that is. Just be a nice group of people, or like nobody wanted to steal somebody's gift. But
yeah.
Fun stuff. Yeah, I haven't done a whole lot. I did get to see Wonka last night. New movie, Timothy Chalamet.
Yeah.
So I thought it was actually pretty good. I didn't realize until like right before when I was getting the tickets that it's a musical. So
it is.
The whole thing is there's a lot of songs, and personally, I was not a fan of the original and then the Johnny Depp version. I thought they were creepy and weird. But this one I liked. I thought Timothy Chalamet was really good. It's a different story. It's kind of about him starting out, and I thought it was actually good. It was pretty funny. The music wasn't bad, so yeah, I think it was worth it.
I really like the original.
You do? Okay, I was just about to ask what you think of those.
Yeah. I'm a big fan of the original. I'm not so much fan of the Johnny Depp one. I really thought, like, with the title of the movie, it's Charlie and the Chocolate Factory and not Willy Wonka. So I thought it was going to be kind of more, expanded after and like actually be with Charlie and not the exact same thing. So I think I was more bummed out about that than really paying attention to the movie.
Yeah. So I know I've seen the original, but I can hardly remember it. I just know what he looks like Willy Wonka looks like.
Yeah.
But I can remember more of the Johnny Depp version, and both versions creeped me out. Like I think Johnny Depp's version, he just looks creepy.
Yeah.
They have very like child predator type vibes. That's just what I feel like when I see those movies. Yes, it's creepy. I've never liked them. I thought they were both really weird movies, and yeah,
we'll leave it at that.
Just creeped me out. So this one, I was happy that I ended up liking it. It's a different version.
Yeah,
I don't know, something about an older guy with this fantastical, magical candy or chocolate shop inviting a bunch of little kids just gave me weird vibes. Okay, so at least with this version, Timothy Chalamet, he's a much younger dude, and he's not creepy. Like, I don't get any creepy vibes from him. So,
hey, the parents got to come with. It wasn't just like the kids. It wasn't just with the kids.
All
The
a bunch of
parents came
weirdos.
too. No,
All a bunch of
no,
weirdos.
no.
Yeah.
It's a good one. It's good.
Whatever. Yeah.
Corey doesn't like it either. She doesn't like it either.
Hey, we actually agree on something about a movie. I feel like our movie tastes are very different. She tried making me watch all those old movies, and I never liked any of them.
But, like Popeye.
Yeah, especially Popeye. Ugh.
Popeye's a good one.
Oh yeah. But yeah, I liked that movie. I saw something else too, but I can't remember. It wasn't very memorable. There's supposed to be a lot of other movies coming out right now, but they all got kind of pushed back because of the writer's strike and all that stuff. So like, I can't remember all of them off the top of my head, but I know Dune for sure was one of the big ones that was supposed to come out.
Yeah.
That got pushed back. Another Chalamet movie. That dude's gonna he's already kind of taken over Hollywood. He's like the next big thing for young male actors.
Has been. Yeah.
Yeah. It's so weird. Like, why didn't Zac Efron become a star? He should have become a star. I know some crazy stuff kind of happened in his life, but he should have been like the next. But I mean, like the Brad Pitt, not Leo DiCaprio, not like that high of a status, but like Tom Cruise, Mark Wahlberg, like how they're just in every movie, like one of those types of guys. And Zac Efron, I feel like, was gonna be there. He had the Neighbors run, he had the Baywatch movie, and then it just kind of stopped. But he's got a couple coming out. He's got one with the dude from The Bear. They're the wrestling family. I can't remember the name of the family, but that one looks interesting.
It does. It looks good.
Yeah.
Now, well, I mean, I feel like he took like some breaks too within his acting. So like he kind of distances himself from the spotlight a bit. So like he wasn't a consistent face like those that you mentioned and were.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like he could have been for sure, but it was kind of his own choosing to not be. And I remember he had like a whole YouTube thing where it was like called Off the Grid or whatever. And he did a lot of stuff like that. And then he's got the Netflix show where he travels around. So that's kind of the route he ended up going. And all of his stuff, I kind of like it. It's all fun to watch, but I don't know. I still think he could have been he still could be, if he wants to be, the next big Hollywood movie star. So,
yeah, I agree.
Who knows? That Mark Wahlberg dog movie that you said you saw the trailer to, I saw that again yesterday, the trailer, and looks so good. I'm excited for that.
It does look good. It does look good. When is that coming out?
I don't know. I didn't catch the release date, but I feel like that one's gonna freaking break your heart. You can already tell.
I think so too. Yeah,
but
I agree.
Oh god, something about animals, especially dogs in movies, gets you, pulls on your heartstrings.
I'm curious to know about like all these movies now, because like you get closer to the end of the year is when you start having the bigger movies come out for the Oscars and stuff like that. Like I'm assuming Wonka's kind of on that list of movies. I don't know, maybe not, but I'm curious to know what the ending of the year is going to look like with the movies and how it's going to stack up.
Yeah, I occasionally listen to podcasts that are like they're super into films and they're huge movie buffs, and like Killers of the Flower Moon, that movie that Martin Scorsese did, the 3-hour 40-minute movie that we talked about a couple weeks ago. That was a big one, but like Dune was supposed to be there, and that would have technically been huge in the Oscars. But I think a lot of them got pushed back. I know there's still a bunch of good ones that did come out, but the big well-known, highly anticipated ones like Dune definitely got pushed back.
Yeah, that's why I'm curious to see how the the year ends with, or what the Oscars is going to look like this year.
I don't know how I feel. I enjoy listening to those podcasts, people that are super into that stuff, but I don't like how the Oscars is voted on, and I just don't think they understand. It's not about the audience at all. Like, it's all about the technical stuff. Because was it last year? Like, the perfect example, Top Gun Maverick just obliterated the box office. Like, everybody saw that movie, and everybody kind of the consensus was that was everybody's favorite movie of the year. And it didn't win Best Picture, and it kind of didn't even really have a chance. So that's like, that's where I just don't understand the whole Oscars thing. But I like, I like listening to them. But most of the movies that they talk about too, the ones that end up like winning awards, if you'll watch them and they're just garbage. Like, I hate watching them.
Oh man.
One good one though that like nobody really knew about until after the Oscars, the one that won Best Picture, Coda. You ended up watching that, right?
Yeah.
A couple years ago?
Yeah, I watched. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was really good.
Really good. So that's like one
I was thinking about it the other week too. Wanting to watch it again.
Yeah. That's one of those rare occasions where a movie that's not very well known that wins Best Picture is like actually a really good movie. So I liked that one, but
I still haven't seen Parasite either. That that one movie that just blew everyone out of the waters and was like,
"Oh,
what is this movie?"
That movie was really good. I loved that movie. So
and that it won like everything.
Yeah, that one's really good. I remember the La La Land and what was it, Moonlight? That whole fiasco where they announced the wrong name. I tried watching La La Land, and I got like 20 minutes into it. I thought I would like it because I really like Emma Stone. I'm not a huge Ryan Gosling fan, but I figured it'd be a good movie. I couldn't stand it. Like the first 20 minutes, I didn't like the singing. It was more than that. I think it was like 40 minutes to an hour I got into it, and I was like, nothing is happening. I have zero attachment to this. So I just stopped watching it. And then my mom actually said the exact same thing. So I was like, okay, at least I'm not like completely alone here. But that movie was like in the running to win Best Picture, and I thought it was the most boring thing I've ever watched. I don't get it. It's so weird.
To be honest, I don't think I've watched La La Land either. I don't think I've watched that one.
I didn't think the singing was very good. Just it was weird.
But coming from a musical buff over here.
For real. I'm on musical grind right now.
That's right.
Add another one to the list. Wonka, baby.
Wonka.
Did not expect it to be a musical, but it was. All right. Yeah. I guess I wanted to also give you an update about my workout status. So we talked a lot about that like a couple months ago.
Yep.
I finished the V-Shred program.
Okay.
And it was a 3-month program, and you're supposed to work out like 6 days a week. And all the workouts were probably like an hour plus. So it was pretty intense. And the first month, I was really good. But then I had all those distractions. I went home a few times. Family came to visit. And after the first month, it just went downhill. Like, I definitely did not make the gains that I wanted to. Like, I mean, I was happy with the workouts. I felt better physically, but the diet fell off and the consistency fell off. I definitely like it. The last month of my program probably took 2 months to finish. So
yeah,
I definitely got a little lax with that.
Sure, it can be tough trying to keep the consistency with, like you said, going home, having family come to you and kind of changing the schedules and whatnot, it can be tough to get back on track with those things and get back into the routine.
Yeah. I still don't regret buying the thing because it's like $40 and I got a whole workout plan. But to really take advantage of it, you definitely have to like follow a strict diet. Like diet is really everything, to be honest. And I ate a lot of crappy food, a lot of junk food, a lot of fast food. So definitely wasn't good. But trying to get better.
Hey, I get it. My diet hasn't been too as great as what I wanted it to be, but I'm kind of in more of a bulking phase right now. So I've been kind of eating like 5 to 6 meals a day instead of 3 or 4.
Sheesh.
So this has been interesting. And I feel like I'm still like not eating enough with how much I'm like moving around with the job and working out and all the stuff too. Like I feel like I'm burning a lot of calories, but yeah, I've been trying to do something a little different now, past month or so, of like 2 things. Like I talked to our sports performance coach here, and he kind of is on the track of like doing kind of the simpler things, like doing 3 or 4 things in the weight room, during a session, and not doing all the supersets and all that stuff. And I feel like I've gotten a lot stronger from doing that, because I was doing more of the supersets, doing a bunch of things to fit all in an hour before. And so doing that has been a little bit better as far as strength wise. And then just kind of with the busy schedule with games and stuff, I've been trying to do where I'm not like hating on myself for not getting in the gym. I've been trying to like basically not schedule an off day in the week. And so if I have too much stuff going on and I have to take an off day, like then that's my off day. And then we go from there. So like I'll work out on those Saturdays and Sundays and whatever, to make up for that, but trying not to be too hard on like, oh crap, gotta take another off day. Oh crap. Or 3 weeks and I haven't gone back in the gym.
It's so hard because like there's definitely something to setting a schedule and being disciplined and sticking to it. Then you for sure like don't miss anything, but things come up and it like gets really hard to stick to the schedule. So that's how I've been too. I haven't scheduled anything. Just been trying to go every day if I can, and if I get too busy, then that's my day off. That's kind of how I've been too. But I definitely like what you're doing too, because I can't do a long workout anymore. That was the one thing that I really didn't like about the program. It was just too long of a workout because I don't enjoy it. There's people that really enjoy working out and hitting the gym, lifting weights. I do not like I struggle to get myself there, and then I'm very bored throughout. If I could play basketball, if I could play basketball, I could play basketball for 3 hours, never get bored. So I gotta find something that I enjoy more. But one thing I did find that I'm very interested in and I'm going to try out is I was listening to a Joe Rogan podcast and he keeps talking about this guy. He says the knees over toes guy. Have you ever heard of him? Yeah.
I've heard of that. Yeah.
So it's this guy. His name's Ben Patrick. He his handle on Instagram and YouTube is knees over toes guy. And that's what he does. He does workouts to help your knees. And he's got just incredible flexibility and strength in his knees. And he's a person like me who had pretty bad knee injuries. And like he said, he's 6'1", but he said growing up, like I could never dunk. He played basketball, could never even touch the rim. And he had some bad injuries. Like he has half of his kneecap is like an artificial kneecap. And then I think he had a quad tendon tear, which is like, I think it's like your biggest tendon. Like that's a bad one, bad injury. And then something else. So he had some really bad knee injuries. Said he was popping the pain pills and just couldn't do anything without bad knee pain. And I was like, dude, you are speaking my language. Like I can't bend at all. I can't literally, if like squatting like a catcher, cannot do that. Sitting on my knee, like sitting on, like kneeling down, sitting back on your feet, kind of cannot do that. Like my range of motion with my left knee is really bad. So I found his stuff, and it's only been a couple of days that I've been doing it, but just a super simple thing is walking backwards, like on a treadmill with resistance or like with the sled, and it feels great when you do it. So hopefully I'm just going to keep doing that like every day, walking backwards on a treadmill, try and build the muscle around my knee and see where it goes. Cause that dude is super flexible and he's got hops. So that's all I've ever wanted to do. I want to be able to dunk, man. That'd be awesome.
Oh yeah. 100%.
But like even more so than that, like that's going to be the cool goal. But even more so than that, I just want to be able to bend my knee normally. Like it's, I don't, like when you don't have to deal with that, it's hard to understand because I can't even explain it to you. The type, like my knee just does not work normally, doesn't bend normally. It makes weird noises, it feels funky. So I'm begging for something to help this, and that's what I'm going to do. So
yeah,
who knows?
I like
a year
it.
from now, a year from now or less, I'll be dunking.
Yeah,
I'm 5'9", so that's a challenge.
Hey, I'm all for it. Hey, I sure can't dunk, but I'm all for you dunking. You probably got better hops than I do, to be honest with you.
I actually do have good hops for like a 5'9"
you do.
white guy. Like I can touch the rim. I can hang on the rim. I just can't do it with a basketball because I have to really use my arms for momentum. So if I figure out this knee stuff, I'm going to be able to do it for sure.
Heck yeah. Yeah, I've seen a guy walking around our apartment complex, and he walks backwards every day too. It's pretty funny to watch, but I mean, I don't blame him. I've heard the same thing. I've heard it's really good for you and works the different muscles that you don't normally work when you run or walk in forward. So heck yeah, whatever gets it done.
Yeah, we have this self-propelled treadmill in our apartment complex gym. So it's not like a regular treadmill, because if you try and walk backwards on those, like without it running, you can I think you can ruin the motor of the treadmill. So wouldn't recommend doing that. But we have like a self-propelled one, and it has resistance on it, so it works perfectly. So
okay,
yeah, I just did like 10 minutes, like it was nothing, but my quads and like right above the knee there was on fire. It was burning, but it felt great. So
yeah, keep rocking it, buddy.
Yeah, hopefully he can do some crazy stuff. Like definitely recommend checking out his stuff on Instagram or YouTube. He can bend like nobody else. It's pretty crazy for someone with crazy injuries that he's had. Yeah, so I hope so. And if you're old too, it's an easy thing to do. Like it's all body weight. You don't need weights really. But yeah, so that's what I'm gonna do. I feel like after doing that program, just really hitting the weights, I kind of want to get back into doing body weight stuff, because like lifting weights and getting big is nice, and I would love that. But also, like just being able to be more flexible and athletic and being able to do more stuff, I feel like that's more important than being big. Like The Rock, he's huge, but he probably can't lift his arms above his shoulders. You know what I mean? Like can't lift his arms straight up. There's a point where you just go too far with the bulking. being a small dude like me, I guess I'm excited to try and do the other stuff. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, I like it.
Fantasy playoffs are happening, and I'm annoyed because person I'm playing, Colin, Gabe's boyfriend, he picked up a couple running backs just off the waiver wire because people got injured, and they both do amazing. Like Zamir White for the Raiders, 16 points. But that's actually not that bad because the Raiders scored 63, so it could have been much worse. Which, by the way, the Chargers are freaking terrible. But then Ty Chandler, backup for the Vikings, comes in. He dominates too, 23 points. Like those two guys have added up to almost more than Colin's whole team scored last week. So, like, God, it's so annoying. If I end up losing in round 1 after leading the league in points, I'm gonna be so pissed. It's just every year it's like, oh, fantasy's so freaking stupid, but you get sucked back in. Yep. But I have Laporta right now. He scored a touchdown, so feeling a little better. He's playing right now. Lions are up 14-0. But yeah, you enjoy your bye week, asshole.
I will.
If I win. And yes, that is how it ended up. Sarah got first, you're in second. So if I win this week, I play you next week. Semifinals.
Yep.
Gotta get that. That'd be the best of 3. I won the first matchup this year. You won the second one. Here comes the third one. Hopefully. Hopefully.
Here we go.
Yeah. So last week we talked about Ohtani. It was like right after it happened. Signed like the 10-year, $700 million contract. And then like after we posted it, a couple days later, they announced that Ohtani is only going to be getting $2 million each year for the 10 years and deferring the rest of it. So the $680 million left over, he would get 10 years after the contract is over. And I was like, one, how is that even legal? Like, what is baseball? Why, like, these salary caps, they don't have a salary cap. Like, each league, how they do contracts and how they do money is just impossible to comprehend. Like, I have no idea what's going on. I don't know how this should be possible or legal. You get the best player in the league and you only have to pay him $2 million a year for the next 10 years. Sure, that's a bunch of bullshit. But the other thing, I was just like, this makes no sense for him. Like, $700 million 10 years from now is not, like, that's not what it would be 10 years from now. Like, $700 million today is not what it would be 10 years from now. And he's just, like, waiting 10 years to get all that money. In my head, it doesn't make sense why he would wait to get this money 10 years later. I don't know. Like, you're only taking in $2 million? There's dudes making $50 million a year. He's taking that big of a pay cut just to wait and have it later. Like, if you want the most money possible, if you win the lottery, if you want the most money possible, you take the lump sum. You don't take the payments because the time value of money. You take the lump sum. He's doing the opposite. It's safer, I guess. Like, he's guaranteed money for the next 20 years. Maybe that's why he wants to do it. And he said he wants to be able to help the team build like a contender. But I don't know. He's doing the Dodgers a huge deal, like a huge favor. So good on him, I guess. But if I was his agent, I'd be like, nah, let's take the money now, bro.
I 150% disagree with all of your comments.
Okay, I figured you would, but okay, go ahead.
Well, here's the thing with Ohtani. Like, yes, he signed the big deal. Yes, he got all the money, whatever, right? But, like, he didn't sign with them for the money. He signed with them to win. And so he wants to win now. If you go through on social media, and it came up in the World Baseball Classic last year, since he was like 14 years old, he's got a track list of all the accomplishments he wants to touch in his career. And so like it was like MVP or like Rookie of the Year, MVP, da 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 da. World Baseball Classic MVP, World Baseball Classic Championship. Like it's got this whole thing mapped out all the way until he's in the Hall of Fame. It's very interesting. So I think the biggest thing is like, yes, he signed that contract, but it was more so to win championships. And so I think that's what he's wanting to do. And yeah, given the Dodgers that amount of money to play with, and given the Dodgers a nice deal now for that, is going to help them with adding more people. And they've already just did that now with getting Tyler Glass now from the Rays and signing him to a contract extension. And that's going to be a huge piece for him, along with whoever else they're going to get or keep as well for extensions thereon. But the other thing too, it's like, yes, it helps the Dodgers now, but it doesn't matter money today compared to money 10 years from now. Like it's still money, and that's a lot of money 10 years from now, and then 20 years from now between that gap for the Dodgers to make up and to have to pay for him when he maybe, I mean, he'll be 39 when that contract ends, but could be playing with a different team. Who knows? Like, and they got to pay for that. So all in all, I think it's all about the championships for him. And then second, like you said, the safer route of having all of that money on the back end. I mean,
yeah,
more
he's
power
set.
to him. Between the age of 39 to 49, he's going to have $680 million. Why wouldn't you take that?
Yeah, definitely.
And he's got the endorsement deals too. You know, it's not like he's making $2 million and that's it.
Yeah,
he's got his New Balance endorsement that he just signed last winter, and that's, I can't remember. It's a ridiculous deal too. It's, you know, it's like 50 mil or something like that. But yeah, he's got his other endorsements as well. So it's not like he's just making $2 million and that's it. You know, he's finding his other outlets to make money too. So
yeah, I guess
I'm all for it.
I guess this is just a moment where he's being a good dude and doing them a solid. But like just strictly finance based, it doesn't make that much sense to me, because this is time value of money. I think I said it backwards earlier, but it's basically the concept that money today is worth more than money tomorrow or in the future. It's like 700 million today is going to be worth more than 700 million in the future, because inflation, prices, everything keeps going up over time. So like, if he really wanted to maximize his money, he would obviously take the full thing, like take the full 70 million each year, and then you could invest it, and then interest on that, it would keep growing. You make way more money. Obviously, for him, money's not a factor because he's got so much of it. But I mean, it just seems weird that he's able to do that.
But here's the other thing too. Like, he lives in, I think that depends on the state too, because he's living in California. Like the taxes there and all that stuff is pretty
bad
up there.
But they're not going to let him get away with that. They're not going to let him get away with that. Like 10 years from now, he moves to Florida where there's no state income tax. There's no way they let them get away with that.
It's gonna, it'll be taxed on and whatnot, but it won't be as bad as him living in California.
Yeah, I feel like Jeff Passan, however you say his name, the MLB insider dude, he was talking about that, and he's like, they found some loophole right now, but there's no way that, like, they're gonna figure out a way, because they're not gonna, the IRS, they get everybody, like they're not, he's not gonna find a way to get out of his taxes or whatever. But
no, and I don't think that, but I mean, I don't know. I would take it.
I just
I
think
would do the same thing he's doing.
oh yeah, no, I mean I wouldn't. I mean, why 2 million? 2 of the 70. Like you could do 10 and still be fine. Why does it have to be
Sure.
only 2? It just doesn't
I don't
make any
know. I
sense
don't know.
to me why he would do that. He's doing them a huge solid cuz Jeff was saying this as well. He's like Japan, I mean, they have a ton of really good baseball players and
Mhm.
this is basically like the Dodgers by doing this deal. They're taking a shot on Ohtani becoming, I mean, he's already God. Like he's so popular all across the world, but especially Japan. They're taking a shot by signing him and having a ton of success with him. And then every Japanese player that grows up, when they want to come to the MLB when they get older, they want to play for the Dodgers because that's where Ohtani played. So, like, I don't know. I just think he's doing them a huge favor. So good on him, but I feel like he's missing out on a lot of money. But I guess he's not greedy. So 700 million, still 700 million. Just got to wait
Yeah.
longer to get it
Yeah.
all, I guess.
Yeah. Again, I mean, I think he wants to win. That's the way to win.
Oh,
he gets paid less. Everyone else gets paid more. So
whatever. He could
I
get
get
paid as much as he wants and they'd still be fine. Doesn't make any sense.
70 million a year is still.
They don't have a salary cap.
That's it's still their money.
I know.
Like
I know,
still
but
got to dish it out. They got Freddie Freeman. They got Mookie Betts.
That's my
all
point.
On big contracts.
Doesn't have to be 2. Why has he got to make he's making less than an NBA 15th man minimum salary?
Yeah, I mean, sure, yeah. I don't know what the money is. I don't know. I wasn't in the rooms for that, but
my point is this shouldn't be fair. It shouldn't be legal because it's not fair. Like,
well, I mean,
how they don't have a salary cap is ridiculous. Like they're just
it's the same thing with Yelich's contract.
Yeah, but I mean, there's difference in market size.
It's not
like Los Angeles can get more players than Milwaukee can. There's no salary cap for everybody, but it only really benefits the big markets, the desirable markets. So that's where it's not fair. It's like, I don't know. I mean, that's just, it just doesn't seem fair to be deferring 68 million. And I don't know how all the cap stuff works and how the salary tax and all that stuff that goes into it, but it doesn't make any sense. Same thing with NFL too. Like they keep restructuring contracts and there's void years and all this random nonsense that nobody understands except NFL GMs. None of it makes sense. I thought the NBA's salary cap and all their rules were really difficult to understand. They're actually the easiest of the 4 main sports for sure. They at least can actually comprehend what's going on. But whatever. I'm not going to root for the Dodgers. I mean, don't care.
Nope.
But
nope.
I'll be happy for him personally because, I mean, he's an incredible player and he's definitely going to have more success. Like, he's going to make the playoffs. The other thing I heard was, his agent went with this deal and said to a bunch of different teams, would you do this deal? And almost every team was like, yeah, we could do it. We would do it. The Angels, they said no. Idiots. I mean, yeah, whatever.
Yeah. I mean, the Dodgers now have 2 of the 3 best players in the league with Mookie Betts and Ohtani. But
yeah, now you gotta get Mike Trout out of Anaheim.
Yeah,
I don't know why he stayed.
Yeah,
no point, I guess. Poor dude, he was before Ohtani. He was like, oh, this is the greatest baseball player of all time, and he hasn't even he's played in 1 playoff game. It was the 1 year.
He played in 3. He played in 3 playoff games that 1 year and got swept. They got swept out. So
I couldn't remember if it was the 3-game series or when they did the single elimination wild card game, but either way, it's disappointing.
Yeah.
Oh man. Let's see, anything else you want to talk about before we go to our final segment?
I think we're good to go into it.
All right, let's do it. So, this week, leading into Christmas, it's mid-December, so we're in the thick of winter. I mean, it's still 70 degrees here, so not that bad. But we decided we're going to do...
It's colder here.
Yeah. We're going to do our top 5 winter activities. Winter holiday activities. So, honestly, I just Googled stuff. And Googled top 5 holiday activities, and they came up with a list, and I chose 5 of them. So, my list will be great.
To be honest, this might be the first list I did not Google whatsoever.
Really?
Had it all pretty listed. Yeah, and I think it's a pretty solid list.
I actually only took, I guess, I got 3 or 4 of the 5 from Google. Yeah, so I only thought of 1 by myself. But yeah. All right, you can lead the way. Start with your number 5.
Okay. Starting with number 5. My big thing, number 5, is sledding.
Ooh. I have that higher on my list. It's a classic.
Okay. It's a classic.
Yeah. Let's see. I don't even know. Let's just talk about it.
Okay.
It's higher on my list. It might be a while, so sledding.
Yeah, I think like you said, I think it's a classic. Like, I don't think you even need to go into detail about why sledding's on the list. I feel like it's got to be on the list when you're talking about holiday season stuff. And like you talk about the Griswolds, like, Christmas Vacation and, doing the sledding. And I mean, I think it's just tradition.
And it's fun no matter what age you are. When you're young, you love it. When you're old, you love it. When you're old, I mean, it sucks to walk up the hill every time. That's a little exhausting, but it's still,
you gotta do it.
Still very fun. So yeah,
that's right.
Had to be on there. All right, my number 5. I don't know if it's a Midwestern thing. I saw something online saying it's a Midwestern thing, but number 5, driving around looking at Christmas lights.
Yeah, I kind of have that down my list a little bit. I put light shows.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's in the same boat as that, driving around.
Yeah.
In the lights. So
that was the thing that we did all the time when I was a kid. My mom, she would always be like, you guys want to go look around at Christmas lights? And we'd be like, sure. And we just get in the car and go drive around. And living in Florida, that's kind of the only way I really feel like I can get into the Christmas spirit is drive around and see everybody's Christmas decorations, Christmas lights. So, yeah, it's a staple.
I love it.
And I wonder if it actually is like a Midwestern thing. Saw that. So, I don't know.
I feel like it's got to be. And then, like, you have those houses, too, where, like, they link it up with the radio, too, and do the whole crazy light show with the music. Like, that's so cool.
Yeah, there was one here. They didn't have it linked up with a radio station, but they just had their own music on their front porch. They have a bunch of like inflatables. That I've noticed is huge down here. Inflatables. A lot of inflatable decorations. A lot of inflatable
I've not seen
Christmas.
Any of those.
Yeah, I feel like I didn't notice that many when we lived in Wisconsin, but Florida, they're everywhere. So, I don't know.
I used to, when I was my second year of college, I had an inflatable snowman in my dorm room.
Interesting.
Pretty funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was goofy, but I liked it.
You were one of those weirdos.
Outdoor inflatable snowman.
Yeah. All right. Go ahead with your number 4.
Number 4 for me is making snow people and doing snow angels in the front yard. Basically, the front yard activities and festivities.
Oh God, is there some gender thing? You can't call them snowmen anymore.
I don't know. I
Is
just
that why you
figured
said
I'd say
snow
snow people.
people?
I don't know. I don't know. I just said it.
That's okay. Yeah, building a snowman I have on my list as well. It's a little higher, but yeah, snow angels. I mean, I guess I'm not a fan unless you have like all the gear. You got to have the snow pants. You got to be bundled up. Otherwise,
yeah.
Otherwise, I'm not about that.
Right.
But yeah.
Yes. I mean, I feel like when you're going outside, you have to have the snow pants on to do the snow
Sledding
people
and
too.
snowman. Yeah.
No?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I mean, you can't be walking out there with the Speedo on, you know?
Yeah. My number 4, I put drinking hot chocolate because I don't drink it. I hardly ever drink it, but when the holidays come around, it's like a staple. You have to.
Yeah, that's a good one. I didn't have that on my list.
Yeah, I love hot chocolate. Always have.
I thought about it, like with the other events that we got going on, but like I didn't say that in my top 5.
Yeah, and I really don't like, especially living in Florida. It's hot. I mean, 95% of the year, so you're never really drinking warm drinks. But as soon as winter comes around, it's like itching to have some. All right, number 3.
So yeah, my number 3. Back to your lights. So that's where I put the light show at number 3.
Gotcha.
So basically anything, everything, drive around, whether it's lights on the house or an actual like
Rotary Gardens
drive-in light show. Yeah, Rotary Gardens, that stuff. Yep.
Yeah, they do a really good job there.
Yeah, I love going to Rotary Gardens.
Yeah. My number 3 was building a snowman. And I didn't do this very much when I was a kid. I think I didn't have the patience for it. And I've never been a very like artistic, creative person. So, I mean, it's literally just rolling balls of snow together. But I just never did it when I was a kid. But
yeah,
after living in Florida for 2 years, it was 2018 to 2020. Then Julia and I moved back home. When we moved back home, that first winter, me and her made a huge snowman, like a big one. And it was a lot of fun. It was pretty cool.
I remember that.
Because when you're older, you can actually make a good snowman, not a piece of crap.
You're a little taller off the ground a little bit.
Yeah.
You can reach a little higher. Yeah.
Trenton will remember this.
I like it.
Back in college, one year when I was living with them, him and all the roommates, we built a huge snowman. Like this thing was, I don't know how many feet tall, but the bottom layer came up to like probably my chest, the very bottom snowball. So we made this gigantic snowman. We needed like all 5 or 6 of us to pick up the snow and roll the thing up on there. So that was a lot of fun too, because then he was so big, he lasted a long time. He made it to spring. he was getting shorter and shorter, but he lasted a long time.
Oh man, good stuff.
All right, go ahead with your number 2.
Number 2, big thing for all of us was the holiday movie nights. Watching, the 25 Days of Christmas on the old ABC Family, which is now Freeform or whatever the heck it is now. But yeah, Christmas movies, watching those every night in December. All the holiday movies. And then having the hot chocolate with you. All that stuff.
Maybe a plate of
That's it.
Christmas cookies. Yeah. I also had watching movies as my number 2. I mean, I love movies all year round, but winter comes around, too cold outside to do anything, just bundle up, watch a good movie. And
Yep. Even the cheesy ones.
yeah. That's the only time of year where it's like okay to watch a cheesy movie.
Yes. It is acceptable.
Yeah.
For the holidays.
Yeah. For me, it's not even just staying home. I like going to movie theaters more in the winter too, because you're not missing out on nice weather outside. You can just go in. It's crappy outside anyway, so you go to a movie theater. So
yep,
that was my number 2 as well.
It's perfect. So number 1 for me, I guess, during holidays and whatnot, most of the time it's me coming back home. So I put spending time with friends and family as my number 1.
Aw, so cute.
That's right.
Really pulling on the heartstrings.
Screw you.
Anybody who's listening might have actually thought I was tearing up a little bit, but no, not at all. No, that's a good one. My number 1 was sledding, so I feel like I just put it number 1 as default because it's a classic and it's fun no matter what age you are. So love it.
Absolutely
used to build like big jumps in the backyard, even though the backyard didn't have, like at my mom's house at least, it was a tiny little hill, but we built a huge jump and tried to go off that. It was always fun. Yeah, you can't go wrong with sledding. That was another thing after living in Florida. As soon as we came back, we all went sledding. It was Julia and I and Gabe, Elliot, and Kayla, I believe. So that was a lot of fun too. That the big hill behind the mall in Janesville. That's where we went.
Yep.
It was a good time. We even and we had like the perfect snow, because if it's too soft, sometimes it's not as good. We had it was like firm and a little icy, so we were flying.
The one off of Palmer Park too, that's a decent size hill too in Janesville.
I don't know if I ever went there. One year I went to
I don't know.
Riverside Park, the golf course. Riverside Golf Course had a big hill, and I think they would snowboard and stuff there. I went there once. Yeah. It's a couple good spots. Yeah, it's classic.
Oh yeah.
All right, so let's do a quick recap then.
Yep. So number 5, sledding. Number 4, making the snow peoples, doing the snow angels. Number 3, any type of light show. 2, holiday movie nights. And number 1, spending time with friends and family.
All right, my number 5 was driving around looking at Christmas lights. Number 4, drinking hot chocolate. Number 3, building a snowman. Number 2, watching Christmas movies. And number 1, sledding. Let us know whose list is better. And let us know your top 5 list too.
Heck yeah. Yeah, tell us what we missed.
Yeah, we probably missed.
I'm sure you guys have something. Yeah.
But
always enjoy those comments.
Yeah, I know. Everybody thinks our lists are terrible.
Yeah, brutal. Oh, I can't believe you forgot that.
Oh, how could you say that? Are you kidding me? No. We're putting our necks out there.
I love it. That's right.
Doing it for the people.
Right.
This is what we get.
That's right.
Yeah.
We do this for you.
For real. Ungrateful. How dare they? That's going to do it for this episode. Thank you, everybody, for listening. Make sure to follow us on Instagram, wherever you get your podcasts. Make sure to subscribe. And next week will be the Christmas episode. So be ready for that
Christmas special.
Drops
2 Bros in a Pod. Christmas special.
Dropping on Christmas Day, too. So be ready for that.
That's right.
All right. Peace out. See you later, everybody.
See ya.
Take it easy, Mountain Faith.